Hello and happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Success Beyond Beauty. My name is Sarah Gordy, and I have an amazing guest for you today, Nick from
Hi.
Give Me More. You're a blogger and TV host.
I am.
Thank you so much for being our guest
Thanks
today.
for having me.
Why don't you just tell us a little more about what you do and the nature of your work?
So I'm a blogger. I started Give Me More about a little bit more than 4 years ago, and it kind of happened on accident. I was just kind of on Tumblr because I had to be on Tumblr for social media purposes because I was going to be a TV host. And then Tumblr took off and we became GiveMeMore.com, and now we're all things entertainment and lifestyles with an emphasis on millennials. So everything that's pertaining to my age demographic and a little bit of Gen Z, which is like the 18, 16-year-old generation. So we cater to all of those.
Yeah, I love that. It's so beautiful. And you know, back in the day when I first moved to LA, I started my blog, and I was kind of overwhelmed, even though I have a background in writing. So I know there's a lot of work that you have to put into it.
There's a lot of work, and I think that's like the most underestimated part of being a blogger, is that you think you're gonna wake up and be a blogger, and it's like, no.
It's not like that.
It's not like that.
Yes, and it takes a lot of time too to really establish your blog.
Oh my God, yeah, I feel like 4 years in, we just now have like an established audience. Like I know who my reader is. I know what you're coming to read on my site for.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to throw like spaghetti to the wall, as I say, and see what noodles are left.
And so if there's anyone out there watching this right now and they want to start their blog, but they don't really know what to write about, they don't really know how to begin with that, what would your advice be?
Don't start a blog. Just kidding. I always say that because if you cannot be a blogger, I really suggest don't be one. Because to start it, to be consistent, the first 2 years are very trying. Like if you're not going to be real, raw, vulnerable, don't do it. Don't be a blogger, because that is your life on the line. It's not enough to be a fashion blogger anymore. You have to tell me about your story. You need to let me know who you are. It was really cool 5 years ago to just post photos of your outfits and put the links so that we can all buy the outfits. You can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
You need to be a person behind the screen. So if you can't do that, don't do it, because it's a lot harder than it seems. But if you are going to do it, make sure that you find your own true, authentic voice. I think as a blogger, I see a lot of people in the blogosphere kind of emulating other bloggers who they love. And one person who really taught me that, and it's so funny because she was on here a couple of weeks ago, or recently, you guys just said Lauren Evarts from the Skinny Confidential. She has like this distinct voice. You know, when you're reading it, it's like that's her. And she always says, like, don't try and copy, and don't try and be someone else, and don't try and copy someone else's tone. Be you. So if you're gonna be a blogger, be you or don't do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And you know, it's not always not just about blogging. Like whatever you want to do and create online, there's so many people out there, and you really have to stand out. And this is how your audience and the people reading your blog or watching your videos really connect with you through your story and through you being vulnerable.
Exactly. And I think the best posts that I've ever done on GiveMeMore.com are all the ones where I'm being like the most vulnerable. And so my dog recently got diagnosed with heart disease, and I really didn't want to share that story because I thought, like, you know, it has to do with my family, and I signed up for this public life and they kind of didn't, so I didn't want to really share it. But my family was like, what are you doing? You owe it to your audience to tell them what's going on with you. You know, you have a lot of cool things going on right now, but no one knows that behind the scenes you're crying every day because your dog is sick, and you're taking your dog to the doctor, and you're making sure your dog has, you know, his pills twice a day. So share those stories also. It's the glitz and glam and the stunt on the gram, as I say, is so cool and it's amazing, but it makes you human, and I think being human is always trending.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that you said that. And so we talked about what you can do if you want to start a blog. Now let's talk about, maybe there's people that already have a blog, but they want to take it to the next level. They want to monetize it. They want to make money. Do you have like your 3 top tips or something like that you could share?
Don't quit your day job if you want to monetize on your blog, because you won't monetize on your blog that much. Look, I'm very real. If you want to be a blogger who's going to monetize, don't quit your day job. keep your day job and see how you can monetize and see how much income is coming in for the first 6 months that you're trying to monetize, and see if you can live off that. Because what I did was I just quit my day job after 3 years, and I was getting so busy, and I had other streams of income, but I still was like scared how I was gonna like pay my bills. Like, how was I gonna pay my car payment? How was I gonna pay gas? If you pay rent, how are you gonna pay rent? It is hard. It's like hard. You live in LA, rent's expensive, cars are expensive, Ubers, Lyfts, and so if you're trying to monetize, you really need to make sure that you have your audience locked in. And I wouldn't just monetize for the sake of monetizing, because it's cool to sell fit tea. Like, let's be real. It's cool to sell fit tea. Influencers do it, but what does that do for your brand? Be true to your brand so that the right advertisers are coming to you. And you're going to be doing a lot of influencer work that's free. And that is how you build the relationship. So I would say before you start monetizing, make sure you have all the relationships that you've built over time. Make sure your numbers are strong. And don't just take any advertisement. I think that's like my best advice. Even though you'll suffer a little financially, the right opportunity will come, and you will be like, oh wow, I just made 5K on this deal because I waited.
Yes, absolutely. Even though sometimes that can be hard, you know, because,
I know,
like
because
you
sometimes
said,
you're starving and you want to eat, you know, so you want to make sure that you can get those things, but you're going to ruin your brand in the long run. And I think we've had so many offers for me to do like fit tea and whatever protein powder. The only protein powder I actually did was something that I used every day. You're gonna you're gonna lose the credibility that you have with your audience and your readers and your followers if you're just advertising everything. Then when you are time to advertise like something that you truly love, no one's gonna pay attention because they think it's just another way to make a buck. So don't do it to make a buck. Do it because it's valuable to your readers.
Absolutely. And I think it's so important that you have your values and you know what you want to stand for and what you want to be known for, and then only take the, you know, collaborations or the offers that really align with that and the bigger vision that you have.
Know your worth and know the vision that you have for your blog or your site or even your Instagram, because Instagram's like kind of like a blog now. Like know your worth when it comes to that, because so many products are going to come your way and you're going to be like, this product sucks, but they're going to pay me X amount of dollars, so maybe I should just take it. Don't do that, because no one's going to want to continue to follow you and buy your products anymore when you've lost your credibility as a blogger.
Yes. Absolutely. And you said that really takes a lot of work. You have to be really, really consistent. And I think that's where most people get in trouble, because, you know, they do something and it can be a blog, can be something else, and they do it for a month or 2 months and they're really active in putting themselves out there, but then they stop. And what is it like when you hit a point where you're like, oh, I don't want to do it, I'm not motivated, like what keeps going?
You know, there's been so many times where I have hit the block. 4 years now, I think I've maybe like hit the block like 25 times.
Wow.
And you'll see, I'll go on hiatuses. I will totally like take a break and I'll take a minute. But I also found that scheduling my posts have really helped. So on Sundays, I used to sit down when I had a full-time job and I would write all my posts for the week and I would schedule them. And then I would like go in the middle of the week and maybe like tweak things here and there. But I really found that scheduling with a full-time job, and even now that blogging and TV hosting is my full-time job, it was like the best way to keep me organized without burning out. Because as a blogger, you burn out and it's hard to find content. Content is king. You need to make sure that you're producing good content. Don't throw in filler posts. I think what happened to me was I was filling in my blog posts with fillers in the beginning, and I realized no one's even reading these. Like, this is a waste of my time.
Interesting.
I'd rather do 2 or 3 hard-hitting posts that you will love and that you will continue to read versus 5 or 6 posts that, you know, are like mediocre. Make sure you're quality over quantity. That's for me the best thing. And find things that inspire you. You'll hit a rock. You'll hit many rocks. I've hit many doors, walls. And I've taken 2 weeks hiatuses. I've gotten into car accidents where I couldn't move my shoulder. I couldn't blog. I took a break. Take a beat if you need it. You know, especially if you're starting out, you will hit like a few trials and tribulations and you're new, so you're able to take that time off without really having to explain to your followers why you're gone. At this point, when I'm gone, everyone's like, where are you?
Yeah.
You know, and I had to say, okay, well, I've been MIA from my blog because my dog's been sick, or I've been MIA from my blog because I'm planning a bachelorette party.
Yes.
So that is when you start to build a relationship with your readers. But if you're feeling uninspired, take a beat.
Yeah.
That's like the best advice, and people will like look down on you for that. But I don't. I think that it's better for you to take a beat than lose your credibility, and then people like will eventually start clicking back on your site again.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that you said it's important you have someone who inspires you. Do you have any role models that you look up to?
Yeah, I mean, I think my whole life is full of role models, and I'm so lucky that I'm around women, especially who are like such boss babes, as I say. Like, I love that word, and I love that it's trending now. My mom is such a worker bee, and she's such a boss lady. She runs a business, and she's a real estate agent, and her and my dad run a company together. So to see how hard she works and how persistent she is in growing her company, and she's so numbers oriented. Like, I am such a creative that I just feel like I only want to make art, and she like wants to grow the business. So I learn a lot from her. My best friend Sally, who runs Give Me Mora with me, is like another big inspiration. And my friend Ashley, who's a mom, Ashley Alexander, who's a mom, and she's a model, and she's a TV host. And I feel like she makes dinner for her husband every night. She like goes to her auditions, books work, you know. So Sally, my mom, and Ashley, like those are the three women that I really look up to in running my other best friends who run like social media marketing companies. I am around such great women that to me, all my best friends are like the best. They are inspiring. They push me. You know, my friend Lena and Charlene, they both have social media marketing companies, and to me, I look at that and I'm like, damn, you're running your own business. Like, you're getting clients and you're thriving. And to me, that's so amazing. So they inspire me all the time when I look at them, and we push each other. Having the greatest girl group around you, I think, is like the best thing that you can do for yourself.
Absolutely. I love that so much. It's so important. And here at Success Beyond Beauty, we're all about community. And building that relationship and empowering other women and supporting them in whatever it is that they're doing, as opposed to, you know, seeing them as competitors.
No, women are not competitors. And I think that that's like the biggest problem with us, is that like our society tells us that we need to compete with each other and be prettier than the next person and smarter than the next person, and it's not like that. I've said it for 4 years. There's so much room at the top for all of us to succeed. There's so much space for us to grow and help each other, and we're better together than we are like competing with another. It doesn't make any sense to me, and I had a mom who raised me with those beliefs also, so she always taught me, like, want the same for your friends as you want for yourself, and help them. And thankfully, I've surrounded myself with an amazing group of girls who feel the same way. And there's no competition. We're always like, hey, I found a referral for you. Hey, do you want to do this job? You know, like help each other, because what goes around really does come around.
It's so true. And together we can achieve so much more in a shorter period of time.
I agree. I mean, we're a force to be reckoned with. We saw it last night at the Oscars, and how all the women stood up together. I thought that was like a really beautiful moment. And we would have never seen that 10 years ago.
Yeah, so true. Thank you so much, Nick, for being here.
Thanks for having me.
How can we find you on Instagram, and what's your blog's address?
You can find me at givememora.com, where we have all things lifestyle and entertainment. And you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at NickMoraXO.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're Success Beyond Beauty. My name is Sarah Gordy, and my amazing Nick, guest Nick.
Hi. Thanks for having me. Bye.
What's that?
Can you just stop and start?
No, I've done one more thing. I mean, you can stop it. Let's restart it.
Can I get your full name and Instagram?
It's NICMORAXO.
Come out. I'm going to have her do something.
Yeah.
You stay there. You sit there.
Terry.
Oh, get up?
No, stay there. You stay there.
Terry asked me if we could do like a top three tips or something like that.
Just with her?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I can do that.
NICMORAXO.
And then your first last name.
Nick Mora. NICMORA.
I'm Sarah.
Amazing.
We're a little behind schedule. What time is it?
Oh my God. Same passion.
Okay.
30 seconds to that camera. Tell her how much you love her. Send it to her.
Yeah, this is.
Okay.
It's
Let's see. Let me just get the index and see.
You need water.
Okay. This is not her. Oh, handstand. That's so funny. I work with handstand. Love handstand. That's not her. Oh, Lauren!
All right. So,
Okay.
that camera, hold up a little bit, say something fun.
Okay, so do you want me to pretend like I'm flipping?
Yeah, however you want to do it.
Oh my God, Lauren Evarts. You are.
I think it's Everts. So I think it's Everts.
I think it's Evarts.
I mean, she's a pretty diehard fan. I don't think she would.
Well, I'll just say Lauren.
Just say Lauren.
Okay.
Do you know how to say her last name?
I'm pretty sure it's Everett, but I would just say Lauren, the Skinny Confidential.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just say, yeah.
Oh my God, it's Lauren from the Skinny
Stand
Cop.
by, stand by, let me just check one thing. Just check two. All right. Go ahead. You're rolling. Go ahead.
Oh my God, it's Lauren from the Skinny Confidential. I am literally a die-hard fan of Lauren from the Skinny Confidential. She is one of my absolute favorite bloggers. I've been following her since before I became a blogger. And Lauren and I communicate through social media all the time, but this is like a sign of fate that we should be besties.
Beautiful. Perfect. Keep it rolling. Because we're doing tips now. What tips does he want?
Yeah, you have like 3 tips. It doesn't have to be like the same that you just shared. Just something like content for new bloggers or something that you feel inspired to share. Just like 3 top whatever.
3 top tips for being a blogger.
Yeah. One, don't do it for money. I know that part.
Okay.
It's not enough to do the fashion thing anymore. You have to do something.
And be
That was a
consistent
good
Okay.
tip that I
or
got.
something like that.
Okay.
Then I don't know the third. Go ahead.
Do you want me to introduce myself first?
Sure.
Hi, I'm Mick Mora from GiveMeMora.com, and my top 3 tips for being a blogger.
Stand by, stand by. All right, no. Go ahead, roll.
Hi, I'm Mick Mora from GiveMeMora.com, and my top 3 tips for being a blogger is 1, schedule, schedule, schedule,